Subtraction of mixed numbers with different denominators and borrowing. In your ALEKS pie, mouse over the green slice, Fractions, to reveal the drop-down list of topics you need to cover. Click on Subtraction of mixed numbers with different denominators and borrowing. Here's an example problem. Subtract. Write your answer as a mixed number in simplest form. 9 3/4 minus 5 5/6. Let's click Explain. First, we rewrite 9 3/4 and 5 5/6 so they have a common denominator, because we can't subtract when we have a fourth and a sixth. The least common denominator, or the smallest number they both go into, is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 3 is 9. And so 9 3/4 is the same thing as 9 9/12. And 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. And so 5 5/6 is the same thing as 5 10/12. So now we have 9 9/12 minus 5 10/12. We can't take 9 minus 10, so we need to rewrite the 9 9/12. So we would cross out the 9, make it an 8. And so we borrowed a 1 from this 9. And so when we're talking about twelfths, 1 equals 12 twelfths. And so 9 twelfths plus 12 twelfths equals 21 twelfths. Now we can subtract 8 21 twelfths. So 21 twelfths minus 10 twelfths equals 11 twelfths. And 8 minus 5 is 3. And 3 11 twelfths is in simplest form. And so we don't need to reduce. Let's try another one. Subtract. Write your answer as a mixed number in simplest form. 7 1/3 minus 3 5/8. Here are my notes. 7 1/3 minus 3 5/8. So first, I had to come up with a least common denominator for thirds and eighths, which is 24, and multiply. So 3 times what is 24, and that's 8. So 3 times 8 is 24, and 1 times 8 is 8. And then for 5/8, 8 times what is 24? Well, 8 times 3 is 24, and so then I had to multiply in the numerator times 3 to get to 15, because if I multiply the denominator times 3, I have to do the same thing in the numerator to make an equivalent fraction. And so then I had to rewrite my mixed numbers. And so then I've got 7 8 24ths minus 3 15 24ths. And I can't do that because I can't take 8 minus 15. So then I have to rewrite this. So instead of 7 8 24ths, I have to borrow from the 7, make it a 6. And then that 1, when we're talking about 24ths, is 24 24ths. And then I have to add these two together to make a fraction up here on top that's large enough to subtract. And so then 8 plus 24 is 32. And then I'm going to have something big enough up here to be able to subtract with. And so then borrow and then rewrite this again so that I can subtract to 6 32 24ths, which is the same thing as 7 8 24ths, but now this 32 is big enough to subtract 15 from it. So 32 minus 15 is 17 24ths, and then 6 minus 3 is 3. 17/24 is already simplified, and so that's my final answer. In my ALEKS screen, type in the answer that I got in my notes. 3 and 17/24, and click next. And it says that I got the correct answer. Thanks for watching.